Welcome back to another Unscripted with Matt, the Pickled Dragon, and me, Dracoya, with Scale 75 and Avant Art. We are drinking today. Matt, what are you drinking?
Kanish. The bullet is all out right now.
Oh no, time for another liquor store run. Well,
Yes.
I'm drinking our Kirin Ichiban. I'm going a little bit lighter today, or heavier. So today we wanted to discuss some of the mechanics and rules in D&D that we really don't like. We looked at your comments and there were a few comments talking about, hey, what are some mechanics of D&D that you want to pick at and you don't like? So we want to answer your comments and talk about that. Matt, why don't you go ahead and get started? I know you've got a good one today.
Yeah, but first, this video is sponsored, so we're going to kick it on over to Thorum.
I'll just take the Thorum ring. Thank you very much.
Oh, like hell you will. You can have this, take the Venom Dagger. I'll take the Thorum ring.
Venom Dagger? What am I? Well, actually, that could be useful. No, wait, I'm taking the Thorum ring.
Over my dead body. I can't
believe you would even over your dead body. That could be arranged. I'm going to take this dagger and I'm going to shove it up your...
My ring.
Whether you are looking for truly unique rings to exchange on your wedding day, or simply a statement piece for Renaissance fair or cosplay, look no further than Thorum. Rings fit for the gods. Use promo code PICKLED for 20% off your order.
And we're back. Yes, Thorum rings. Check them out. They're awesome. So yeah, oh boy, where to start? My gripe with 5e D&D is less a rule set. I guess you'd call it a rule set, but when Tasha's came out, power creep had already been kind of slowly leaking into the game. But I was a huge fan of 5e. And then Tasha's came out, and we had classes like the Twilight Cleric. These are all my dishonorable mentions, Twilight Cleric, Scribe, Wizard. But none of them, as a DM, infuriates me as much as the Rune Knight. I mean, I can handle mechanics that, yes, I understand that the Scribe Wizard can hide inside his little Odaluk sphere and cast spells through his apparition mind. That makes sense, even if it is cheesy and broken. But the Rune Knight, it's just a class that it hand waves problems away. Get that away from me. Like Cloud Rune. So like Cloud Rune, somebody gets hit for 30 points of damage, and the Rune Knight says, "Oh well, I'm just going to take that damage and send it over here. We'll just send it over there to that monster over there." And it's like, are you kidding me? Like, it's not even like I've deflected the blow to a creature standing next to me or anything like that. It's just we'll just send that on over there. Or Giant's Might. I understand that there's the idea of growing to another size. Okay, I could get behind that. But the rule specifically states that if there's not enough room to grow, you still get the benefits of Giant's Might. You just don't grow.
That does seem a little bit broken. I am not gonna lie.
It's just stupid to me. I mean, who designed the Rune Knight?
Well, and then we as DMs, we already have a problem with trying to balance combat, which will be another video, but we are already having that problem of trying to balance combat. I mean, if I followed the rules, then no one would ever have a challenge in my party. So that's why I typically go to a rating 2 or 3 levels above where my party is at, because I want them to die.
Well, you want them to have fun. You want them to have a challenge. And I understand there are people out there who just enjoy, absolutely brutalizing monsters and never being at a risk of dying. But
no, that's not as fun. I want them to be able to work together, and they're not going to work together and build a camaraderie if they are not really in danger of dying.
Exactly.
And you talk about the Rune Knight, and if you can deflect all your damage, then I don't know what kind of danger you can really be in.
Yeah, and the Rune Knight, not only that, but they can force reroll. So anytime a Rune Knight is in the party I'm running and I roll a critical, they're like, "Oh, go re-roll that. Go re-roll that because I'm going to use this ability. Or they also have the ability to that essentially the barbarian rage ability where they take half damage from bludgeoning and piercing, slashing. They get that too later on with another rune. And it's just like, oh, it just isn't a very creative class. It's just, let's take a bunch of features plus some really create some new nonsensical features and wrap it all up into one. And here's the Rune Knight. A little bit of all the best of all worlds.
I was just going to say it has the best of all worlds because you even have like your bard features where you get advantage on deception or perception. And it's like, well, that's great, I guess.
I mean, it's, there are other classes that came out of Tasha's that are they're on the dishonorable list for sure.
Do you guys see his complete distress in just talking about the Rune Knight? This is what you do to us.
It is very frustrating. And so again, if you're thinking about playing a Rune Knight, if you're thinking about playing a Twilight Cleric or a Scribe Wizard, just know that there's a reason why there's a well-documented shortage of DNs right now in D&D where there wasn't before Tasha's.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. So I actually want to talk about one of the class features that I don't really love. I do love Rangers. Ranger was my first class, and it will always have a special place in my heart. However, the animal companions that go along with one Ranger class drives me up the wall. Like, if you want to have a pet bear, the idea is very cool in theory, but as a DM perspective, you always have to include this stupid, giant, 500-pound bear and everywhere you go. Your party wants to go into a tavern. Well, where's the bear going to go, bud? And when you want to go to a village or a city, you have this giant, it's like having a giant purse that you are lugging around from place to place, and it doesn't do much. Like, there are other things that you could be holding that would do so much more than this giant purse.
I tell you, and it's just silly. Like, and the look on their face, like if you don't include their giant bear or whatever, like.
It's like you forgot
town card is just not going to have it. They're not going to be up about having a giant bear in their town.
Yes, exactly. Why would you? Come on. And then, sometimes the players get offended. Like, you just forgot to invite their mother to Thanksgiving because you forgot the bear when you were describing the party.
Oh, yes. It's painful. Painful.
Yeah. The last thing that I would like to do, this small thing, is Theater of the Mind. I know a lot of players, they really like Theater of the Mind, and more power to those players. Personally, I'm a strategy girl. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll hear me talk about video games all the time. I like my strategy, and I really enjoy turn-based strategy. For me, one of the things that I fell in love with D&D was the strategy and the co-op. You don't know what your other people in your party are going to do, but you have to work together. And it's a turn-based strategy that I really adore. And with Theater of the Mind, I just don't feel like you get that as much. And also, as a miniature painter, I don't like it because I can't use the minis that I painstakingly spend hours and hours painting. And then I can't bring them out because Theater of the Mind.
Theater of the Mind, hand wave. And you funny you should mention that because back in the early 80s, when lead miniatures were a thing, and we didn't have the money for miniatures, so what we did is we bought a giant piece of mat board and cut it into 1-inch squares and 2-inch squares for bigger monsters, covered it with Scotch tape, and then just drew on them what they were, because we wanted that tactical maneuvering, and we didn't play so much Theater of the Mind. I know that's very popular, especially with old school gamers, because that's how they did it, and there's kind of a nostalgia there. But for me, and obviously Dracoya, I'm more of the tactical person myself. So, yeah, a short video today, but thank you all for watching, and please check out Thorum rings. Use promo code Pickled. They're beautiful. And until next time, come on back and have another round on us. Clink.